Hello there, my friends in Korea. I'm Joanna Macy, and talking to you from my home in Berkeley, California. There we are together. Here we are together. We just have the Pacific Ocean separating us. I am so excited that Mr. Jong-Jil has translated, supervised a team to translate a book that I love and know is so useful, Coming Back to Life. A book that introduces the work that reconnects. There are many other names you can give it. Sometimes the work itself is called despair work, or it's called deep ecology work, or active hope work. But this is a kind of work based on over 40 years of experimenting and working with people in groups, mainly in groups, because people need each other to be able to tell the truth about what's happening to our world, and to realize that others are having the same deep response of anguish and also of determination to do what they can to continue to have this planet, this living system of planet Earth, be a home for life. That is in question now, as you know and as I know. But I know from these 4 decades of the work that reconnects, countless workshops, so many places, so many different countries, in Europe and in Russia and in Africa and in South America and of course North America where I live. And now, this very same book has been translated into Japanese, and it's taken the same amount of time, about 3 years, because my friends in Japan have taken the same care as Mr. Jong-Jil, whom I hope very much to meet one day. I feel very grateful that he, who oversaw bringing this work into the Korean language and people and into their hearts, I'm grateful that he himself is a Buddhist and working in a Buddhist community. Because in a way that I didn't stress a lot, I didn't want people to think it's only for Buddhists. But the teachings of the Buddha are right there, and he recognized that, and he brings it out. But I'm equally delighted in this Korean issue that you now will have, is that Mr. Jong-Jil is himself an activist, an environmentalist, that he himself makes central in his life the care of this exquisite planet, that it be there and that life continue for the future generations, and that in carrying it forward we stay true to the work and hopes of our ancestors as well. So I am so pleased about this, and I particularly because I know what can happen for people, as very simply coming from different walks of life, different size towns and cities, different settings for groups, that people can come together and find their courage and their caring to offer themselves and all their energy and their ingenuity for the sake of all beings on this exquisite planet. And then, you know, one of the things that I have found, and I'm certainly not the only one, is that as you take the first step and then the second, you're not only strengthened in these practices that are described, but you are helped by the earth herself and all beings. You fall into a kind of solidarity with the web of life, and you feel that great source of planetary life moving through you. Yeah, you come alive. So that really delighted me to hear that the persons who translated this are those who are also practicing it. That Mr. Jongil, you and others were facilitating workshops, facilitating a 6 or 7 day week of active hope work, which is the same thing. So it doesn't matter what you call it so much as you can feel your own heart-mind igniting with excitement and love and energy and deep caring. And you will learn how to honor your grief. You know, nowadays, there are so many people who are afraid to speak how sad they are, because they don't want to, you know, capitalism seems to depend on portraying everybody with big smiles and smiling for Coca-Cola or smiling for your new car. And what do you do when you are in grief for our planet and all life? But in the work that reconnects, as coming back to life makes it clear, you're not afraid of the pain. You're not afraid of the anguish, the tears, the sorrow over what's happening. You're not afraid of that because you realize that very painful feelings, they don't come from some kind of depression or illness, mental illness, or they come from, and not from any craziness, but they come from your caring, from your deep caring for life, for love of life. And that's why you can trust it. So I see that the journey you will all be taking with the work that reconnects will be a journey of adventures and a high heart, high courageous heart, and a readiness, but especially a journey of trust. You begin to feel so glad that you're alive now. Even with all the bad news and even with how difficult it seems to me to get our industrial growth society to reduce our greenhouse gas emissions. But it reminds you, we're here now, and we've got to do this for the future, and we're going to do this. You grow the trust. So I wish that I could be there in person with you, and I know that my co-author Molly Brown, oh, she would love to be there too. She's with you in spirit, as I am too. Thank you for welcoming this book. I celebrate this book and you, and I feel a gorgeous solidarity with you. Because in this moment, this work is spreading like that because it seems to be the most wonderful moment of people coming to their senses. You have inspired me a lot, you people in Korea, in South Korea, down in the South where there's so many nuclear energy stations. My friends who were of Won Buddhism have told me about all the resistance there, and that inspired me. And I've been inspired by the resistance there to the naval base. It's so destructive. The big naval base that my country and our military have brought in there. And I honor those of you who want to preserve that exquisite island place. At any rate, from now on, my prayers will be with you, with this book. Have a wonderful time with it. Bye for now.